So yeah, tips 1, Dark Chronicle. I want to thank Wolfie for persuading me to do this, because I've kind of just sort of got disheartened with the old thing. But yeah, thanks Wolfie, this one's for you. And it's going to be a long one. Well, I've cut most of it out, to be honest, but yeah, it's a long old game, especially if you're going to do the medals, which is what we're going to do as well. I'm not really going to put the dungeons in. I'm going to put the bosses in and stuff like that, but and the photographs and stuff like that. But I think more obviously the dungeons are going to be different for everybody anyway, because each time you go into a dungeon, it's mapped out completely different. So you just got to kind of suck it and see, really. A few great things about this game is it's beautiful. And the music's really good as well, really good story, and you get to go and see all these great places. Building worlds, brilliant, and that's one of my favourite parts of the game, is building your little villages to remake the origin points. Obviously I played this before and I got 100% in it, so I had a lot of the scoops, so there's a lot of photography in the game. You basically got to photograph absolutely everything, including the bosses. So I'll put my scoops in as well. So yeah, we get to see Monica. She finds her dad dead. And this guy, we get to kill him later, so that's alright. What's really nice about this game is that all the villains in it are kind of like redeemed at the end. So, like, they're quite bad people. Well, they're very bad people, and then they sort of get redeemed. So this is when we first meet Max, and the only important bit about this bit is that we've got a couple of things to pick up before we go to the circus.
Oh, I'm soaked.
Haha, Max. Pretty early today, huh?
Yeah, I guess, but take a look.
I really
at
hope
this.
that, like, you know, level 5 would do
Ta-da!
another one
Check
of
this
these,
out.
but it's been so
I
long
got a
since
ticket
this
for
one's been
Flotsam
made.
Circus Troupe.
So yeah, now we've got control of Maximilian. There's a couple of things we need to find. So the notebook. Yeah, we can't read that yet. There's a recipe there. And a wrench. You don't really get the camera till about halfway through this dungeon,
Okay,
so
here we go. This
you
is
can't
the
really
Ambar
start
Type 2
making
here.
anything until then.
This is a pretty specialized hose attachment.
So to get the game started,
Oh, I see
really,
the problem.
you approach the vacuum cleaner and you fix it. Nice shot of the moon there. Yep. So circus has come to town. This is sort of like world building, really. So basically, there's an evil clown. There he is. And he's been sort of coercing the mayor to stop people leaving the village.
Here you go.
This is a bit where we meet Monica for the first time, believe it or not. So someone's nicked your ticket,
Oh, I can't believe it.
and you just go around speaking to people to try and find your ticket. So talk to this lady because she gives you an idea of how to get really good shots of the moon and the sun. So later on you're going to have your camera. This is a good place to get a good shot of the moon. There you go. And the evening sun, the sun, and the morning sun, or 3 things you can photograph.
Hey, did you see a red-haired
Also
boy?
parasols, chairs, lights, street lights, lamps, chandeliers, literally everything. Photograph absolutely everything. The only difficult part of this game is some of the photographs are missable. Definitely the boss fights. So I've put the first 2 in, which is Brave Little Linda, which is your first boss fight, and Clown Robo Attack is the other one, which is at the end of this chapter. So I'll show you those. I haven't put in the whole dungeon. If you want me to do like a non-commentary, put all of the dungeons in, I will, but
Come on, it's yours.
it's a lot, you know, and it's going to be a different experience for you anyway, because the dungeons are set up differently, sort of map wise anyway. I mean, the enemies are the same, but yeah. So Maximilian's quite a nice chap, and he's passed some kind of test.
What? You passed. You might be able to do it.
So I've got out a bit where the circus happens and stuff, and Mayor needs up to no good with this clown person. And then this happens. There's a lot more to it, but basically this is the first time we see the Clown Robo. There's a couple of fights just to sort of test you out with the fighting, so it's like X for mashing them with your wrench, and I don't think we've got the gun yet, so it's just basically the wrench. So you escape into the underwater channel. Meet Donnie. So Donnie is one of the people you can recruit a bit later on. I think he wants coins. He wants a dark coin and a one with a shield on it. I'll sort that out later. But basically, the amount of scoops you get, which are the special photographs, so like the bosses, there's a lot of enemies in here actually that you can get as well, but I'm not at the right sort of strength to be able to sort of get my camera out, take a picture of it and not die. So we'll come back later and do those. Obviously break up every box, because there's sometimes really good items in there. So yeah, for shooting it's left 1 with the X button. So you go, there's a nice item there. And yeah, so repair powder's like 300 quid or something in the shops, and money to begin with is not very easily gotten really. So I try not to buy anything in the shops actually, because you get a lot of stuff throughout the game. You pick it up through chests. There's a clown thing that gives you sort of weapons, and like even bars of gold. Always do the question marks unless you're like really low on health and stuff and you're gonna die. But when it's good, it's good. But sometimes you get ABS, which is the blue crystals that you need to upgrade your weapons. So eventually you'll get to part of the game now, and you'll have enough to sort of level up your weapons. I'm going for the top, after battle wrench we go for the top one, which is drill wrench, because the battle wrench it goes sort of like the top one is like drill wrench, and the bottom one is, oh I can't even remember now, proper battle wrench. Anyway, that's a bit of a dead end, so we want to go to drill wrench, get a smash wrench, and then we'll get a cubic hammer, and then pretty much from that on end we can get the legend, which is like a big hammer. It's the ultimate weapon. So just showing you a little bit of the old synthesis. So the crystals that you pick up give you 3 points of the attributes. So I've just done 3 of the destruction, which gives you 9 points of smash. I need a bit more beast, and I've run out of beast, so I'm just going to synthesize some thick hide to get those points up. You only get 2 points with these items, so it's 3 points with the crystals and 2 points with everything else. Apart from the attack crystal. So the power crystal gives you a few points of attack. They're quite rare, but you can buy them later, but they do turn up fairly regularly actually, so you can use them to increase your attack to get it up to the next level. Yeah, so now, see, yeah, we're not going with the true battle range, so what I'll have to do to increase the attack is just go around and kill a few more enemies and level it up a little bit more. For the classic gun as well, I'm going to try and sort of, the next one is trumpet gun, and then the next one is bell trigger. But
What's all this?
Maximilian's father actually gives you a bell trigger to level up, so I'm going to keep it on trumpet gun
I've come into a big chamber.
until
There
I
are
manage
what
to
look like
have a
tanks
chat with
everywhere.
my dad, Maximilian's dad, and
No way.
sort of trigger that, and then I can actually level up this one that I've got here. You can level up any bell trigger. He does give you a bell trigger, you can actually buy them as well, but I don't like to waste the stuff I've done. So the first time you meet Linda, which is an elephant that you've got to fight, you can't do any damage whatsoever. Yep, no effects. Lots of damage. Keep your health up. So Linda's got a special attack that we need to photograph later when we fight her again. But for this moment in time, we just need to sort of wander around for about, it's like 15 seconds or something like that until Cedric turns up. There's no point in sort of wasting your time with it, so.
It's no good. I'll never win like this.
Hop in, Max.
Get on.
So Cedric turns up and he's got this
Don't you worry about
ride
that.
pod.
There's enough juice to get us back. Come on, get in.
And this is what gets you into the inventing and the photography,
Linda, get them.
because we need a power pack before we can come back
Adios.
and beat that one.
Oh my, they've run off. What poor sports. Press the square button to
So
ready
yeah,
the
back in
camera.
Palm Brinks,
Then
you get
can
the
capture whatever you
camera.
see in the viewfinder. Use the left analog
So what I did
stick
after
to
I
control
got the
direction.
3 items that I needed
And to take
for
a
the
picture,
invention,
just press
I
the
went
square
round
button again.
every possible
Pretty
place
simple,
I
huh?
could find and photographed everything. So every shop, every house you can get into, but I don't think you can get to Maximilian's house yet. So it's literally just the
Now you better
shops.
go take some pictures. You need to look for a milk
Yeah, the
can,
drawbridge,
pipes, and a
the
belt.
posts, all that kind of stuff. Just photograph everything: mailboxes, trash cans, wooden boxes. This is where you get your belt from Sheriff Blinkhorn. And you know it's a good photo because it goes blip blip, and you get a, what do you call that, a light bulb on there. Yeah, I haven't quite worked out the directions of the camera just yet because I haven't played this for a while. So it's a bit rubbish. Yeah, I haven't figured it out. So, but basically that's it, the belt, the pipes and the milk can, and then you can make the item. So you can make the item and then, well, you can invent the item and then you make the item. So yeah, I went around Cedric's and photographed everything in here as well. And then you can use the blue arrow to move everything into the idea book, and you can delete them then because you've already got it, you don't need it anymore. a bit later on you get to pick up an album from Maximilian's bedroom, where it's got all of your scoops in a previous game. I've got quite a lot in there, so I'm going to download those as well. But I am actually going to do the scoops as well, because you don't actually get points for the ones that you've uploaded from another game. You get the idea, and you can use the idea to make inventions, but you don't get the points. So a normal photograph like lamp would be 1 point, I think 1 or 2 points, and the scoops you get 5 points for. So if you want to get up to level 8, which is one of the trophies for photography, you're going to need to do the scoops, so we'll do those as well.
Say cheese.
So we just invented an energy pack with like your 3 items, but then you need to make it. You don't have to do this with everything to get the trophy, you just need to invent everything. You don't have to get the stuff and then make the actual item, but you're going to want to make a lot of the items because they're, you know, the better weapons, there's better stuff for the ride pod mainly, and yeah, that's about it really. So we just made that item, and then we've put it on the ride pod, and we're just going to have a word with the elephant, Linda.
Huh?
So yeah, let me know if you want
Right there.
just gameplay of the dungeons, because I can do that.
I bet you were thrilled when you thought you were alone here. Too bad. So sad.
Yeah, this guy turns up a
To
lot.
pieces, my little Linda.
So first thing I'm going to do in the fight is get out of the ride pod, because we need to take a photograph. See what she's just done there? That's what we need to photograph. So it's basically like special attacks that the bosses have got. So I'm trying to get around to her side, so when she rears up I can take a photo of her without getting sort of damage. There you go, got it. Now we can get on the ride pod and we can beat her up. Yeah, if there was one suggestion I would make is when you get in the ride pod, you know, probably lock on with your button there. So it's quite an easy battle really once you've got the ride pod.
I won't forget this.
It's even better when you get barrel cannons
Gosh darn it,
for the
Need. I
ride
just
pod.
can't believe you.
You can kill quite a lot of
That's
things
it.
with them.
Need. Just
So,
start the Blackstone
Cedric's
Railroad again.
Blackstone Railroad.
Confronting the mayor,
The reason you shut down the Blackstone Railroad was so that no one could
and the
leave
upshot
see
is
the
basically
outside
they're going to
world,
get
right?
the
Well,
train
that's not necessary anymore.
going
Now we
again,
need to leave this town and see the outside world.
which I've already
If we do,
photographed.
then
You
we
can
just
photograph
might
the
find a way around
train,
this.
the stairway, railroad, and oh, what's the other thing in there?
Right. Let's reopen
There's
the
another
railroad.
train in there that you can photograph. And like cup, bottle, stuff like that as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
basically we've gone through the dungeon now, and this is the last boss in chapter
I think
1.
the exit should be around
Oh no,
here
it's not the
somewhere.
last boss. Second to last boss.
What's that?
Now this one's quite tricky. I've missed this on occasions before when I've played this game. The tricky part is you don't want to kill it before it does its special attack. I got quite lucky this time. I mean, maybe because I know what I'm doing.
Here we go.
But when you're first confronted with this and you've got to get your camera out and everything, it's a bit of a it's a bit of a panic. And also, you can see how terrible I am in this boss fight, because I get hit by absolutely every explosion known under the sun. So you could probably do it better than I did, but I got the photo and I managed to beat him and stay alive, so you know,
Don't you get it?
I'm not moaning
I told you
about
once,
that.
I'm not handing this stone over. Just give it up already.
Ooh, I wouldn't cop that attitude with me if I were you. You'll live to regret it.
So the basic idea, he's got a nose which turns into a bomb. You pick that bomb up and throw it back at him. And you can see how inept I am at this. I've got too far away here. So here's a bomb. You pick it up. And then you throw it at his head. And then try not to get blown up like that. Yeah, being a bit closer helps, kind of. And yeah, just keep your health up. Have plenty of loads of bread. You should pick loads of them up in the dungeon itself. You get like 3 or 4 sometimes, out of a chest or out of a box that you smash. So what we're waiting for really is we're going to do some damage to him, and then he's going to sort of jump away. Yeah, you see I'm just getting my ass kicked here. Get that loaf of bread on. Yep. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like... yeah, a bit of panic camera work there. So he's jumped away, and I think, oh right, he's going to do a special move. Oh, and he is. Right, brilliant. So sometimes he jumps away and just walks towards you, and sometimes he jumps away and does the missile attack from his eyes, which is what you need to capture on film. But now I've got it, I can quite easily kill this thing. But yeah, as you can see, without even trying and getting my ass kicked all the time, I've got him down to half points. So if you haven't got the photo at this stage, you're going to have to be really careful not to kill him off. So yeah, getting close really is the key. Pick it up, throw it at him, and then that way you don't have to run far to hit him over the head with your wrench. You see, now it looks like he's going to do that attack, but he didn't. So it's a special attack, I guess. So yeah, we've got the photo. We managed to stay alive. And yeah, and we killed him off, so that's all good.
Poor little Halloween.
So now we get out of the dungeon. There's a couple of things to photograph here. Every new place that you go, everything that you build in the villages, go into the houses, photograph everything, and upload it. Once you've got 30 photographs, upload it into your IDs with the little arrow. And if you want to save scoops for your, if you want to play this again, you can save the scoops into an album. And then you move on with the rest of the crew, and then there's another boss fight. Did quite well in this one actually. I think I got used to the old picking up the bomb thing.
Not him again.
I think you got to hit him 3 or 4 times.
Max,
I think I hit him 4
if we don't
times.
do something fast, we're in serious trouble. Time to fight back, son.
Sounds like a good idea, but
And the key is not to make the angle too wide.
Use this.
You want it to sort of bounce in front of the car.
Yep. You toss it, and I'll grab another one. Just keep tossing them.
I'm not so sure if this... Alright, I'll do it!
Time to show them who's boss.
nice to keep it, I don't know, like 30 degrees, is that? Or something like that. And he always bounces over the other side, so that's where you should expect to see him. I don't know, 15 degrees. But yeah, keep the angle quite narrow. Maybe 20 degrees, I don't know. You have to get your protractor out for that. So this is where we meet Monica proper now.
Why, I oughta... This doesn't look good, Max. He's gonna blow himself up along with this whole train.
What? Lob another one of those bombs at me!
Come on now! Do it!
Oh no.
Hey, mister! Don't you ever give up. You're starting to look pretty pathetic.
What's this?
Another little brat?
Oh, I see.
So you want to die too? Sure, why not?
Let's go, punk! It's time to burn! What's this? It's you! How did you... Huh?
I mean, you'd be dead after that, surely.
So that was how I met Monica.
And so the next one will be chapter 2, so Dane, which is when it gets started with the fishing and the building of villages, which is
The train
awesome.
couldn't go any further.